Good evening. My name is Joshua Fortner. Thank you for tuning in to the Frontiersman podcast. So today we're going to talk about something that may on the surface may not seem like it could have anything to do with the normal things that we're discussing and talking about, but it very well does. So since I was younger, back in high school, I was in the marching band. I've tended to end up in leadership positions. I was a drumline captain, back in high school, just about the entire time I was in band. After I got out of high school, I graduated, went straight to Parris Island, became a Marine, deployed to Ramadi in 2006, the Second Battle of Ramadi. When we come back, I was made a fire team leader. And in that position, I didn't really do a very good job. I wasn't really properly motivated. I was young, I was only, 19 years old at the time, 19, 20 years old. And I guess I didn't really have the motivation or the care as much as I should to do a good job. And not till later on, after I got a little bit older, after I got out of the Marine Corps, did all the leadership lessons that I learned really sink in. And that's what I want to talk about today, is the 14 Marine Corps leadership traits. No matter what you're doing in life, you may end up leading other people. In an SHTF situation, you may end up being a leader of a small group or maybe even a MAG. No matter what you're doing in life, at some point you're going to need to lead others. And I think it's important for everybody, for our well-being, to work on leadership and learn how to be at least a decent leader, in case we're ever put in that situation where we need to lead other people, and people are looking to us to make decisions. And I think everybody at some point is, or even right now, everybody is a leader in some aspect. Some people are leading directly, some people are leading indirectly. And what I mean is, if you're leading directly, is you're actually in a leadership position at your job or something like that. But you also have those kind of quiet, indirect leaders who are they more lead by example. You have an employee that works out on the floor, and they just consistently do a good job, and try to keep everybody else uplifted and kind of police their own and keep everybody doing the right thing. They're not actually in a leadership position, but they are a leader because people look up to them and follow them. So there are 14 Marine Corps leadership principles or leadership traits that can serve you well, very well. As a matter of fact, I was in a training at my regular job a while back, and I shared these with the trainer who was in charge of basically all the training for the company throughout the world. And he liked them and agreed with them so much that he decided that he would pass them along internationally through the entire training department, and they would try to implement this stuff into their training for the company. So this is good stuff that can benefit anyone and everyone. So there are 14. I will list these out in the description below in case anybody wants to write them down or look back at them. And they can be remembered in an acronym. JJ did tie buckle. JJDIDIEBUCKLET. All right, you got that? You remember it? No, I'm just playing. I'll list all that out, and you can write it down later if you'd like. The number one is justice. The practice of being fair and consistent across the board with everyone at all times. Pretty self-explanatory, just as much as most of these are, but sometimes the simplest things work the best. Justice. You need to be able to apply the rules and be fair with everybody at all times, not practice favoritism. The people will respect you more if they see that you're just. I've heard it said before, nobody minds being treated firmly as long as it's fairly and as long as it's just. Number 2 is judgment. You need to have the ability to think about things clearly, calmly, and in an orderly fashion. You need to be able to make good decisions at the right time. And to be able to get the job done. And that's another thing, people aren't going to follow you if you don't practice good judgment. Dependability. We all know this one. We all have the employees and the co-workers and such that are just not dependable. But you need to have dependability, basically the ability to be relied upon to perform your duties properly and to complete the job. Number 4. Now we're going to try to kind of fly through these. I'm going to try to talk a little bit about each one, but we're limited to 15 minutes, so I'm going to keep it moving, keep pushing forward. Number 4 is initiative. Basically taking action without orders, without somebody telling you what to do. Meeting new situations with action and being resourceful to get something done. We need to always be willing to take the initiative and do things without being told what to do. Number 5 is decisiveness. Being able to make good decisions without delay while weighing all the facts and acting calmly to achieve to arrive at a decision. We need to be able to decide what is the best course of action and take it. Now, it's not good to sit around and wait for every bit of information that you possibly could obtain before making a decision, because you're likely not going to get all that, and you're not going to make a perfect decision. But you need to be decisive with what information you have and be able to act upon it. Integrity, being honest and truthful in what you do and what you say, putting your honesty and a sense of duty and moral principles above everything else. That's extremely important. People respect a leader who practices integrity. Number 7, enthusiasm, a sincere interest in what you're doing and performing all your duties. Also, another thing that people will notice if you're enthusiastic about what you're doing and you seem like you really care. People are more willing to follow you. I've noticed in my experience. Bearing, not burying, bearing. Carrying oneself with confidence. You need to practice bearing, be able to hold your bearing. As you see, military folks standing at attention. You can't break them. You need to be able to practice that bearing and hold your composure at all times. Unselfishness, number 9, unselfishness. Avoid making or being comfortable at the expense of others, and be considerate. Make decisions for the better of your team and the people that you're in charge of, not for yourself and your own comfort. Number 10, courage. The ability to remain calm when in the face of fear. Standing up for what's right and accepting blame when you're responsible. And number 11, knowledge. You need to understand the job and be able to acquire the knowledge that you need to understand the people and keeping up with what's going on and current events in your specific field of study or work or whatever. You need to know the job, obviously. Like I said, most of these are common sense, but maybe things that people don't just actively think about. Number 12, loyalty. You need to be devoted and respect your seniors, your peers, and your subordinates. Be loyal to the organization and practice loyalty to those in your charge and those that you're working with. That'll go a long ways. Number 13, endurance. This one is sometimes misconstrued as physical endurance, such as being able to run a long ways, which, yes, that is part of it. You need the mental and physical stamina to withstand stress and hardship of the job or whatever the task is at hand. You need to have that endurance to get through it and get the job done. Number 14, the final leadership trait. And this is a good one. I like this one. Number 14, tact. Tact. T-A-C-T, tact. Not tactical, but tact. Dealing with people in a polite and calm manner, and maintaining a good relationship with people. It's I've heard people say, and it's so true, that Marines have mastered the art of tact. They can, a lot of Marines can tell somebody to F off without telling them to actually F off. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be able to do that. Be able to get your point across in a polite manner that doesn't destroy relationship with that person or make them lose respect for you. That's a big deal, and something that I don't see enough of. There's definitely not enough tact in the world and in business, from what I can tell. So let's review these one more time. Number 1 is justice. Number 2 is judgment. Number 3, dependability. Number 4, initiative. Number 5, decisiveness. Number 6, integrity. Number 7, enthusiasm. Number 8, bearing. Number 9, unselfishness. Number 10, courage. Number 11, knowledge. 12 is loyalty. Number 13, endurance. Number 14, tact. So once again, I'll list these down at the bottom so you can look back at them. It's important to actively work on each one of these, because not everybody is good at every one. You may be good at a few and not at the others, and you may be good at most and not a few of them. It's important to work on all these and become the best leader you can be. Because, like I said, you're at some point you're going to be in some sort of leadership position, or people are going to be looking to you to make a decision and lead the charge and lead the team in whatever you're doing. And it's to be self-reliant. Like I've said, I know this may seem like something that isn't relevant, but it is, because any way that we can improve ourselves will make us more self-reliant and more efficient and more prepared for whatever comes our way. So thank you for tuning in. That was episode 4. This was episode 4. And what is today? Saturday, August 22nd. We will see you next Saturday, same time, 9 p.m. Thank you for tuning in, Frontiersman.